told you interval is what? Area. Area under the curve. So objective. Use sigma notation plus the decision you think sigma notation to write and elevate, evaluate a sum. Understand the concept of area, approximate the area of a plane region, and then find the area of a plane region using limit. Sigma notation. So this is a sigma notation. Is everybody with me?
Oh, that's what that
The
is.
sigma notation. This means a sum. Whenever you see this mean, have you taken statistic one?
No.
Okay, when you take introductory statistic, you will see this notation. All right, this is just sigma, which means sum. You're adding. So if I give you this, means I equal to 1 to n means I have n terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? N terms. And what do you do? Each one of them you're adding. That's what that means.
Okay.
New notation, but it's not hard.
All right, I'm
This
ready.
is a good idea because you don't want to write down individual numbers, like thousands of them. It's easier to just write down this and everybody understand what that means. It's what? Compact. It saves you space. When you're writing a like paper, you don't want to write down all these expressions. You want to condense it. This is what it is. Yes. Yes, I. This can be any letter you choose to use. It can be J, it can be K, just telling you. The number starts at 1, ends at whatever the number that is. So this number starts right here. The ending number goes where? On the top. Starting number starts at bottom, ending number goes to where? Top. That's what that means. Is everybody with me? All right, is everybody with me? That's it. Upper and lower bounds of summation. This is the lower and this is what upper. All right, if I give you this is example. It's saying my number starts at which one? 1. Where does it end?
6.
6.
Right.
So how many terms I'm going to have? 6 terms because it ends at 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm done. You add them together, whatever the number is, that's your answer.
We add them together.
Yeah, this summation means, this means adding.
Right.
You see, this is why you have addition.
So you add up each result from that.
Right, so you add this number, you get a what then? 5,
Yeah.
5, 5, so what? 5, 5, 10, 15, what? 21? So that's your 21. Is everybody with me?
Oh, yeah.
It's tough.
So this is something that I want to just teach you this, so you know what this summation means. All right, what this means?
It goes from 0
This
to
time
5.
I does not start at where? 1, it starts at where? 0. So I need to plug in I as what? So everybody with me? I'm not going to skip any step. You have what? 0 plus 1. That's my first term.
Then 0 plus 2. No.
And then add.
1 plus 1.
This is my first term. Is everybody with me? How many terms I'm going to have?
5.
This is a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Is everybody with me? This is I equal to what? I equal to 0. This is I equal to what? 1. Watch this one. I equal to 2. I equal to 3. I equal to 4. And then I equal to what? 5. That's what that means. Are you following me? All right, so that means very first one, 0 plus 1. What's next one? 1 plus 1. What's next one?
It's 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna use I as a 0, the red color.
It's
0, 1, and then it'll be what? 2, 3,
Oh, it's kind of easy
4,
though.
5. Right, it's very easy.
Okay.
Does everybody see me? I changed I as a red color. Are you with me? So I is what? 0 through what? 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I need to do? Every one of them has what? Plus 1.
It goes up by 1. It's like a little pattern.
Is everybody with me now? So what do you get then? I combine them, you get what? 1,
2,
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what? 6. That's what you have here. Does it make sense to your class? All right, this summation is a very good idea because you don't want to write down like this. Look at how messy it is, how long that is. I can just simply write like this and I'll be done. They even have a formula to find this quickly by using a formula.
what's that formula?
Yeah, we're gonna see in a minute. So this, you still have to add it. So what's this equal to? That's what, 5, that's another 5, then still what? 21.
You're missing one though.
Where do I miss one?
You didn't do 6 plus 1. You only did 5 plus 1.
That's only 5. I go up to only 5.
So why is there a 6 right? Oh.
This one goes all the way to
oh,
6.
Oh, okay. I
Is
see.
everybody with me?
Yes.
Follow the direction now, okay?
Yes, you
I see now.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Right,
okay,
next
so,
one.
okay.
Okay, this one was right go. How many?
3?
This time we start to where? 3. So I'm gonna go I equal to 3,
So
I
you
equal
just
to
gotta
4,
fix
all the way to our class.
7.
5, I equal to 6, I equal to what? 7.
So easy.
So I'm gonna do,
So easy.
so what number now I need to put here then? 3, which is what? Does everybody see that? I don't have to rewrite it actually. Did everybody see this is what? I equal to 3.
Mhm.
This is I equal to what? 4.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is everybody with me?
I like this.
Right.
This is-
You don't just start whatever you want to start. You start at where? Whatever they told you to start. It said start at J equal to where? 3. That's why I'm not starting at 0, I'm not starting at 1, but I'm starting at where?
Start at
3.
three.
3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, because it says what? Whatever you see J, what do? You square
Square
that.
that.
Does it make sense to your class? Okay. So you will love it, because this is an easy thing to do. You just plug in your number. It's just like a function, isn't it? Right? You function, you give you X and you do whatever they told you to do. Kind of like that.
So that's the only formula though?
No, that's more difficult. This one, what do you do? Hey class, where did you start it?
1.
1. So you said I have a square root and then I replace J as which number? 1.
But you still
Next one
gotta
is
add
what? 2. Next one is what? 3. Next one is 4. Next one is what? 5. Don't worry about adding right now. Just write it down like this one.
I
Okay?
got you.
I don't want you to add all this 10 and then tell me what that equals. That's not what I'm asking right now. Just
Okay.
understand how to do sigma.
I got
Sigma notation means what? Adding terms, okay? All right, so they give you this. If I give you this, that means
Multiply.
the n, I don't care because what is changing?
Okay.
K is changing. So this n, you don't do anything. Just keep writing down 1 over n, 1 over n, 1 over n. What is changing?
Okay.
K, because it says change the K. So I'm changing this K. First one is what? 1. Everybody see me? Next one is what? 2. Third one is what? 3. You go all the way to which number? Which number? N. That's why your last number is n squared. Does everybody understand how to use sigma?
So I'm trying to figure out like since it's in, like it don't stop. So
That means stop at n.
oh, okay.
You still have a finite number. This
Okay.
n can be what? Could be 100,
Oh.
could be 1,000, just some big number. The previous problem, remember my n is what? 5.
Oh,
It's
okay.
easy.
What is my n equal to? 7. So whatever the upper limit, that's your n.
Okay.
Does it make sense to you, class? Okay. All right, this time, what are you changing? What's your changing variable? I. So I'm keep changing xi. So then first one is what? X1. Next one is what? X2. What's next one? X3, X4, all the way to what? Xn. I don't change delta x because delta x does not have I. Are you with me, class? You change whatever the variable starts with. That make sense to you, class? Okay. From parts A and B, notice that same sum can be represented in different ways using sigma notation. That's exactly right. All right, this is what the formula I'm talking about. So if you have a constant, like this, say 3. This is example 1. Are you with me, class? If you have a constant, what does the formula say?
Oh, like this.
It says what? C times what? N. So my C is what? 3. What's my N? 10. So this just equal to 30.
I know that.
Wait, hold on.
But this is great. But think about class. If I gave you this problem,
This one.
1,000 of them. If I didn't know this formula, you know what you have to do? You have to do this. How many of them?
1,000.
1,000 of them.
I know, right?
You see how many you have to write it? You may have to use what? Entire paper to write that. But I don't have to do that. Why?
Forever. This is
I have a formula. Formula says what? Whatever to this number times what? That number.
dead.
So which give you what? 10,000? Does it make sense to you, class? So if I were you, I'll definitely memorize the summation notation. Okay, these are very popular ones. So when you do your homework problem, they'll ask you, instead of you trying to add in each one of them, you can just use what? Formula to figure it out. Okay, look at this one, I squared. I squared, if I give you something square, all right, this is your formula. We use this one a lot actually. That formula says what? N, the upper limit, times what? One more upper limit times what? 2n plus 1 divided by 6. That's I squared. I is easy. I is what? N times n plus 1 divided by 2. I to the third is n squared, n plus 1 squared over 4. Actually, I haven't memorized, but if I were you, you will. Because what? You have to take exam. And then when you take your exam, you want to know this. So you just have to print out every one of them, try to add them together. All right, so take a picture or put in your notebook so you have this. So when you do your homework problem, you know what to do. All right, I gotta show you one thing. The summation before we go, so you can do your lower sum and upper sum. That's a part of the 4.2 that you have to know, otherwise you cannot do your homework. I know I'm going really fast, but you got whole week to, you got today and Thursday and Friday to study. Are you with me, class? All right. So I'm gonna skip this, and you can do by yourself. And the one that I need to do is the lower and upper sum. All right, this is what I need to do. This is a part of your homework that you have to know to do it. All right, class, this is my curve. I want to find area what? Under the curve. Everybody with me? So if I draw my triangle, if I draw my rectangle under my curve, if I add this, are you with me, class? If I add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangle, is it close to that area under this curve? Are they pretty close?
Yes.
Okay, but this area bigger than the rear area or less than rear area? Less than, why? It didn't cover this part, didn't cover that, or this part is not what? Covered. So this rectangle, which is a lower bound, this is what? Less than what? Rear area. Are you with me, class? What happened to this one then?
It's more than because it got some
If
more
I
stuff.
draw my rectangle with the right hand side, okay, right end, what happened to my triangle? That covers what?
More.
More than rear area. Is everybody with me?
Mhm.
This is what? This is what? More than rear area. So what I can do is what? I can give you like a boundary. So I say my rear area is what? The rear area is what? In between what? Those two, isn't it?
Right?
So I can give you a little limit, says, okay, I don't have exact answer, but I can give you that area has to be what? Bigger than this, but it's what? Less than
That's the
that.
net.
All right, then later on I can give you exact answer by doing intervals.
Yeah.
All right? But now, look at this picture. Let's look at this picture. Plus, how do you find the area of this particular one right here? This one. I'm gonna call it rectangle 1, rectangle 2, rectangle 3, rectangle 4, rectangle 5. Tell me how do I find the rectangle area? Area of that. So area is what? Width times what? Length?
Yep.
So what is my width here? 2/5? All right. What's my height?
No, less than five.
Not the height. Height will be which one? Remember I have this, the function right here.
Yeah.
So if I want to find the height, height would be what then? I plug in this number, 2/5, to which equation?
Yeah.
That equation. So it'll be negative x squared plus 5, and I'm going to put what?
About 4.9.
2/5 squared plus what? 5. Is everybody with me? That's my height.
4.9.
So, everybody listen, that's how we're gonna do our lower sum and upper sum. So, width, we divided how many rectangles we want. Height, what do? You plug in that number into where? Your equation. In this case, you're gonna say, oh, this really means negative 4/25 plus 5, so you get some positive number. All right? So you're gonna do that number times 2/5, they give you area of that. Okay, how would you find the area of this one then, area 2?
The same way.
So I'm gonna do this one is what? So area 2, that would be, again, class, did you know from here to here, what's my area, what's my width?
Same, man.
2/5. This is what? 2/5.
2/5.
2/5. So in other words, my width does not change because my width has to be exactly constant because I want my rectangle to be what? Evenly distributed. So my height, my width is still 2/5. But what is my height? What do I need to put in this time? 4/5 of that F. What's my area 3?
2/5.
2/5 times what?
6/5.
F of which one? 6/5. Can you find the next one?
2/5.
2/5 times what? F of which number? 8/5. What's the next one? 2/5 times what? F of which one? 10/5. Okay, what do I do now? If I want to find entire area, what do I need to do? I want area of entire thing right here.
I'm telling you, you gotta add
Right, you gotta add them. That's it. So, it's not hard, but what do you have to do? Now, a lot of addition and then what? Multiplication. That's what you have to do. And that give you what?
Your area.
It give you a lower sum, right?
Yes.
But this is, remember, this is lower sum. It's smaller than the real area. All right, how would you find the upper sum? I call it R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. All right, class, look at this. My height is where I put this,
On the right side.
on the right-hand side for this case.
That one's on the left-hand side.
Okay, where do I put my height in this case? What's my height?
5.
Left-hand side, am I right, class?
Yep.
Did everybody see that? So you need to understand what my height is. This rectangle, when you draw my height is what? You're looking at the right-hand side to figure out my height. In this case, what is my height? Left-hand side. All right, so how would you find the area of the very first one? All right, what is my width again? They're all what? 2/5. So my rectangle, each one of them is 2/5. So 2/5 times f of which one? Which number do I plug it in here?
0.
0. What's next one, class? 2/5 times f of which number? 2/5.
Ah, cool.
What's next one?
4/5.
F of what? 4/5. F of what? 6/5. What's next one? F of what? 8/5. Do I need to go further?
No.
Do I need to go 10/5?
No.
Yes or no? No. Yes.
Why did you use 0 and you stop now?
Oh, it starts at 0.
She's on the left side, the right side.
She's saying why
You're
you
on the
ain't do it
left
for the
side.
other one?
Cause she on that side, you're on the right side.
This one, I don't start at 0, I start at which one? That is my height.
Okay. So we just gonna do
Okay,
it.
this case, what is my height?
That's it. That's all that.
That's my first triangle, that's my first what? Rectangle, what's my height? That is my height. Which is my x is what? 0.
Okay.
Because I gotta plug it into my x. This, everybody look at this one. That is your graph. I need to look for area under this graph. I don't have exactly know how to do it yet. You will know in lesson 3. But right now you gotta use what? This rectangle to figure out. Is everybody with me? In lesson 3 you will learn definite interval. So you know exactly how to figure out the area of this. For right now, I don't know that. So we have to draw a rectangle to figure out. Is everybody with me? So when you do your homework, that's what you have to do. Only thing you have to pay attention is what? What does my height start? What x value does it start with? When I do this way, your x value starts with 2/5. When I do this way, where does your x start with?
0.
0. So actually, it's not a lot of work because once you do this one, you got everything except we're all the way to which one? 10/5. So 2/5, 4/5, 6/5, 8/5, you use it again and where? Right here. So only thing you gotta figure out is what? Only thing different is what? Starting value and then what? Ending value is only different. So you don't think you have to do 2 different lot of work. No, it's not. You gotta do middle one, the middle one is all same. Only difference is left end or the what? Right end. All right, so you can do 4.1 homework and 4.2 homework.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you Monday.